So what's going on, y'all? It's the boy Vincent, repping the boy Vincent Fitness. We're back again today with another YouTube video. And the topic of today is going to be never try to live your life for others. Now guys, this is something that me personally, I've kind of experienced through my own life experience as usual. As with all these videos, everything comes from my life experience or, just whatever my commentary on things in life. But what I've noticed is, especially guys, no matter what you do in life, you can never make anyone happy. And not just anyone, I would mean specifically everyone happy. The biggest example of this will always be in terms of education. Now guys, when I remember growing up as a kid, I remember people always say, as long as you go to school and pull your pants up, that it would fix all your problems. And this is why you guys are like this. But eventually what I realized is, even though I went to school, I got a degree, they're still gonna complain. Like I remember the other day at my work, so I work as an online trainer, theboyvincentfitness.com. But I actually have a regular 9 to 5, so I work in logistics. So I only go to the office maybe once a week, sometimes once every other week. So I was in the office the other day. Guys, as you can see in this video, I'm a pretty big guy. So I remember I was walking through the office and, I've learned, I always watch people off of mirrors. So these two guys, they were engineers, so they see me. And I work in the logistics department of this company. So they see me and then, they kind of made it like this. Oh, why is it so big? And I remember when I was younger especially, I used to be real skinny. So then there was always the opposite complaint. Oh, why don't you go exercise? Why don't you go eat something? Go eat something, then you won't look like that, blah, 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 bleep, bleep, bleep. But as you can clearly see there, on one instance, they were complaining about me being too skinny. And then on the other instance, they're complaining about you being too muscular. So at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't matter what you do. You can't really please everyone. No matter what you do, there's people gonna have a problem with it or not like the way that you do it. And this is why it's really important to always focus on, or at least choose the path that sits right with you in your heart and the way that you view yourself. Because guys, I remember even with let's say we'll keep it to the gym, right? The way that I train, for some people, they don't really like that. They think it's kind of stupid, or they might not be the way that they train. No, nothing works for everyone 100%. And at the end of the day, if you sit here and try to constantly change or try to fit the mold for other people, you're gonna lose yourself. You're gonna turn into something that you can't even recognize. And even when you do change into this person that you don't recognize, they're not gonna be 100% all the way in with that. So you have to kind of do what it is that you like to do, or at least what sits right with your spirit. Because at the end of the day, guys, you're never going to be able to please everybody. Like I remember, so for example, I'm going to be going to Saudi Arabia at the end of this month to travel. And I remember asking one of my coworkers, like, oh, you're going to Saudi Arabia? How can, that's not a democratic country. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, this person actually told me that they've been to Turkey before. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, okay, Turkey is not really a democratic country. If you go against what the regime there says, you can go to prison or basically just disappear. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. No matter what I do, someone's going to critique that. So let's say I were to be like, yeah, I'm going to go to Thailand. Thailand's one of those places, guys, where everything flies, everything goes. There ain't no real issues in terms of political belief and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, someone's going to say, well, how come you're flying all that way over there? That's such a long way to go just for Thailand. You see this especially with music. Now, one of the biggest examples of this is with the whole Bobby Shmurda stuff, right? So Bobby Shmurda ended up going to jail for a really long time. He actually took extra years in jail because he didn't want to snitch on some of his homeboys. And then he goes to jail, he does, I think, like 7, 8, 9 years in prison. And then you get out, and now look, people ain't really rocking with dude's music. So let's say if he would have ended up snitching on everybody wouldn't have rocked with dude's music and called them all kind of rats and snitch and blah, blah, blah. In that instance, right there, it doesn't matter what you do, people are always going to complain, man. There's nothing that you can do to appease or please everybody. As long as you focus on what works for you, that's all that matters, guys. Let's keep it to the fellas specifically. Let's say you meet a chick and you try to talk to her in this type of way, and then you ask her, I've had this happen before. I remember this a long time ago. I asked her, I'm like, oh, what do you do for a living? Bro, she just flipped, got mad as hell. Oh, you shouldn't ask somebody that. See, in my mind, that tells me she either is really broke or she's ashamed of what it is that she does for a living. So then she kind of flips it on you. But if I were to change that approach where I would never ask a woman what they do for a living, eventually I'm not going to know what kind of person that I'm dealing with, or where their mind is at, or where they are financially at that moment. So in that instance, I could sit here and change it based on every different person's reaction, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to fit 100% of what someone else wants. And that's what I really want you guys, what I want you guys to understand is, guys, that like at the end of the day, you ain't really gonna be able to please everybody. As long as you pleasing yourself, as long as you can sleep right at night with the person that you are, you're good. So yeah, that's all I got to say today, guys. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. As you can see, these videos this week, we're gonna be in the garage gym. I'm just filming all the rest of the content that I gotta work for y'all for this week, and I got the reels that I also do. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. And as we always say here, make sure to control the negative, focus on the positive. It's your boy, Navoy, repping Navoy Vincent Fitness. I'm out.